Okay, welcome to Create with Fran. Today I am going to be working on this shadow box with this couple thrifted frames. I'll glue these thrifted frames back together, but in a different way so that I have a deeper box for my do-it-yourself shadow box. And this is just a picture with another picture printed with glue in between. Interesting. So I decided I would glue these together first, and then I will paint the inside and the outside. So it is going to be just that outer edge. So I'm going to put the glue right on there. Just put a little of this E6000, try not to be too messy. Okay, so we have that E6000. Get that off my finger. And we're going to add just a tiny bit of hot glue here and there. Just to get it to stay. Set that in there, right on top. And we'll let that dry completely and come back and do our painting of it. So I've also got this other frame here that I was going to use for a picture, but turned out I didn't need it. But it will work. Whoops, it'll work good with this. Let's check that glass, and that glass is going to be perfect for what we want. So, and I'll have another frame here for something, or at another time. So, first we're going to do our painting, and we'll glue in our glass. And I'm just going to paint the inside of this a vintage white, just so that it's a little brighter in there. And as with most things, this will probably take 2 coats. Now I'm going to work on getting the little box of treasures ready for once the box is done. It's going to take me a little time, so I figured I'd just share each video as I go. So this here little box of treasures I got from my mom not too long ago here. And it is actually, the little box had always fascinated me. I liked it, even though it's in heart shape. I just liked the size, and it's Ganongs, which is a chocolate company. And this, and just the artwork and how delicate. It was probably a really nice box of chocolates at one time in the 1800s, is the, around 1850 when I looked it up. So, and this here crochet work is from about the same time period, and it was made by a member of my family at that time. It was made by, here, find the card here because my memory is terrible. It was made by Clarissa's grandmother. Now, hold on, I have a picture. So here's a picture of Clarissa, and she would have been my mom's grandmother. Okay, so that would make her my great grandmother. So this Clarissa, and this was her grandmother again. So her mother would be my great, and then her grandmother would be my great, grandmother. So this, by my calculations, this was made by my great grandmother in the late 1800s, and it was gifted, these items, to Clarissa, who was my great grandmother. And anyways, it had been handed down to my mom, and now she has handed it down to me, and it's always been in this box, and I thought it would be nice to put it behind glass, make a display for it. So actually I had reached out, I think, on Facebook and asked for ideas of how I could display it. I never thought of the shadow box, and someone had commented that, and thank you. I can't remember who, but thank you for the idea. I think it's perfect. So anyways, we'll get that. So in this little card, so this little card was made by Matilda Fenton in the 1800s. It says, printed in Germany, and greetings, kind and true, wishing you a Merry Christmas and all the season's compliments from Grandma to Clarissa. This here was the items. It was a thimble holder made with a wishing bone from a turkey or something like that. It was at a time, I guess, that, you know, if it was meant to bring good luck, then they wanted to do something with it. And of course, they made a useful little thimble holder. And it's such delicate little work, and it looks so nice. So I am going to, and the other thing was a pincushion, and there's a couple little safety pins and a needle in there. But it's very, very lovely little work. And I just wanted to clean it up and press it, or, you know, make it so it would lay flat and look nice in the box. I'm not going to go overboard with it because it's very delicate. So, and then also in here was this tiny little crochet hook. It says Morals, and it's number 8. So I'm thinking that was what created this. And I'm not sure why. This is a very large darn needle, and it says 12 and some manufacturer's name. I can't actually read that. I'll have to get a magnifying glass. Because again, that would be a little info that I could mark down and know and put on the back of the shadow box, so that when my memory starts to get a little iffy, I don't have to open it up and read the card and stuff. Also in this box was a hair pin and two, well, this one's Red Cross from 1940, and Red Cross, it's another Red Cross. I'm not sure on, I might be able to clean that up a little too. But these things here, I'll just keep in the box. These were added to at some point, and my mom, they're probably my grandmother's from the 1940s, and she was in the Navy. My grandmother was too, and then I'm not sure whose hair thing, but yes, I'm going to put a picture of Clarissa, the gift recipient, in the shadow box as well. I'm hoping I'll be able to put that box in there as in my shadow box as well, because if not, I'll sit it on the shelf beside the shadow box. What's your thought? Should I put the box in or just on the shelf beside maybe? I don't want it too crowded. So I'm not going to do anything to the paper print there, or to these, except to get a magnifying glass and read that. But these here, I am going to just give not these cotton pads here. That is like super soft material, woven. Like maybe light baby flannel. But I am going to give this lace and crochet work out here a sponging. And this is just a tiny bit of Dawn in warm water. I thought I didn't want to really immerse them in water. They have this ribbon going through them that's very frail. So I thought I'll just press them like this and try to get them flat and maybe get a little bit of the yellowing out. And then I'll pin them onto another cloth so that they'll dry nice and flat once they're damp. But yeah, this is a really soft cloth. I'm just going to give them the tiniest little gentle scrub on the edge. Doesn't seem to be doing much, but it will at least give it a pressing. So I think I'll take those off of that one and put them over here. And then I can display that like that. Oh, now this one. it's just a bare thread. We're just going to leave that like that. Wonder what type of thimble they had in the 1850s. I'll take a look at that. Anyways, and then not much I can do to this one. It's actually in really good shape, and except the ribbon part, but it's okay, just like that. So hit subscribe, and I'll be back. And in the next video, I'm going to fix up the outside of those thrifted frames so they look uniform. Then I'm going to put in the glass, and I will add our crochet items into my shadow box. I'll see you then. Thanks for creating with me.